this is the worst it's been. Can't work it. Not struggling, drifting. Can we get a hold of what was there for this? Or I'm giving in. Things have not been the same. And they really not okay. We don't have to stay. We don't have to stay. Things have not been the same. And they really not okay. We don't have to stay. We don't have to stay. Just because I love you love me, God tells me that we're not together now. No. Just because I love you love me, baby. Because I'm a girl that don't work out. No, baby. Just because I love you love me, God tells me. Just because I love you love me, doesn't mean that.
Hurts me the most when I wake. I fumble and twist till the truth starts to click. There's so much space in this bed. These sheets go for miles. Dreams of your smile. I don't wanna be just a memory, and I don't wanna feel your wings break free. Because without you, I'm lost in the breeze. I gotta be strong now. I gotta show you how I love you like I've never ever somebody. I'll give you things you didn't even know you wanted. Don't tell me that it's not enough. My time is up, you're over us. Cause I think I might do anything for you. If you just let me. If you just let me. If you just let me. Just let me. Taste of your lips is still fresh, and the smell of your scent. How could I forget your words? How they cut me to shreds. But to tell you the truth, every piece is for you. I don't wanna be just a memory, and I don't wanna feel your wings break free. Because without you, I'm lost in the breeze. I gotta be strong now. I gotta show you how I love you like I've never ever loved somebody. I'll give you things you didn't even know you wanted. Don't tell me that it's not enough. My time is up, you're over us. Cause I think I might do anything for you. If you just let me. If you just let me. If you just let me. Just let me.
Good morning, Marlo.
'Cause I think I might do anything for you if you just let me. If you just let me. If you just let me. Just let me. Popping bottles. Time would only tell, and the times ain't doing too much. Time would only tell if it's real or if it's love. We'll be feeling like we out of space till we feeling like we probably need space. Time will only tell. Empty wishing well. Where do we go? We never been before. We were just chilling before. We didn't know. We wasn't really a thing. We were pretending before. We were just talking but never impose. We were just fucking but never that close. That what they said when they said on the news. You got me open when everything closed. I can't trust the news. Now fuck that. Can't trust you. Not just you. Got work to do but shit shut down. Who stuck with who? Who slip out? Who talk to who? Or who don't ask? In a month or two you probably want that. And the one you want when you not with me, I'll follow you and don't call back. Time will only tell, and the times ain't doing too much. That's perfect right there. Time will only tell if it's real or if it's love. We'll be feeling like we out of space till we feeling like we probably need space. Time will only tell. Empty wishing well. Oh. When the postman hit 5K, watch the MJ on Sundays. No babe gon' watch your shit. It's secure, but I see the same thing. Oh God, I ain't checking your phone. Oh God, I'll be checking my bank. Oh God, don't care what you know. These times, test my faith. And these times, check on my friends, check on my mother, then check on my checks. Check out my studio, check out my flow. Check it out, I am still better than them. Music is living, the business is dead. Swizzy and Timbo been taking it dead. Me versus her is inevitable. She live in my house, I live in my head. Time will only tell, and the times ain't doing too much. Perfect right there. We still. Time will only tell if it's real or if it's love. We'll be feeling like we out of space till we feeling like we probably need space. Time will only tell. Empty wishing well. Oh. Can't trust the news, now fuck that. Ain't trusting you, not just you. No work to do, shit shut down. Shit open back, who gon' go back? Who close out? Who attached? Who gon' answer? Who gon' text? Who going outside and who coming back? Shit, we both don't know, cause we both ain't matter. Ain't matter. Anyway, I got that.
Well, I know. Here's it. Oh, I know what boy that come from you.
What did you do to me? Way past infatuation. This connection that we made. And babe, keeping me up till late. It's only cause I can't wait till you come to my place. You say my baby wrong. Oh, my life, my favorite song. Promise me you won't leave me alone. No. All the things you do to me, yeah. All the things you do to me, yeah. I love the way you touch me, hold me, make me wanna sing. Drive me crazy with everything you do to me, yeah. lifeline. Just looking in your eyes, you took my soul for a ride. How you make me fall down, tripping over the sound of you loving me so loud. This ain't right, baby, let me be wrong. Oh, my mind, like my favorite song. Promise me you won't leave me alone. No, no, no. All the things you do to me, yeah. All the things you do to me, yeah. I love the way you touch me, hold me, make me wanna sing. Drive me crazy with everything you do to me, yeah. None like you, where'd you come from? Got me hooked, I can't get enough. None like you, where'd you come from? Got me hooked on your love.
Boy, you know what the boys said about me. What kind of love is it? Yeah, man. You don't know it. A bad man. Yeah.
At the light, she pulled up on my right. Looking in the mirror, making sure her shit was tight. I know she felt me watching, but was scared to look my way. I know she wants to look, but I think I got her shook. Under pressure, don't know what to do. She's got two cuties with her, and I got my people too. She put it in one, stepped on a gun, and made it you. Look inside, gave me a smile. She knew what I was gonna do. Where did she go? Pretty young thing in a GS phone. I was so big and had me open from the door. Tell me, have you seen her? Yeah, smile that I couldn't forget. Shining brighter than the flawless face around her name. The girl was so fine, I just gotta make her mine. Tell me, has you seen her? It's been a while now, and I'm steady on the case. Every day I'm looking for her face. It's like a dream to me, and I gotta make it real. Gotta let them know just how I feel. Now there she goes again, driving by. I hit my own, she throws her beams on high. I put my joint in gear, and I try to give chase. She disappears again without a trace. Tell me, have you seen which way did she go? Really young thing in a GS phone. I was so big and had me open from the door. Tell me, have you seen her? Somebody tell me. Smile that I couldn't forget. Shine brighter than the flawless face around her neck. The girl was so fine, I just gotta make her mine. Tell me, have you seen her? Have you seen her? I gotta find her. Where did you go, baby? Listen. Pretty simple thing you got away from me. You got me looking for you in all these busy streets. Must admit I got it back from you. It's just a little taste of all the things I do for you. She's me which way she go. Please something that she has gone. No something that's coming from the door. Tell me have you seen her? A smile that I couldn't forget. Shining sun from the flawless kiss around her neck. The girl was so fine, I just gotta make her mine. Tell me, have you seen her? Have you seen her? Tell me which way does she go? Pretty young thing in a GS form. I was so big and heavy open from the door. Tell me, have you seen her? Dark child. Tony Braxton. Don't you know that he was my man? But I chose him, so why do you act care about him? Like I'm hurt. I'm not the one who said I didn't want it first. Don't you forget I had it first. Stop blaming me. He wasn't ready enough for me. No, now here's your chance. I've already read your man. Just where he's been. And I'll be worried about him. And inside you know the truth. I think he has meant for you. I'm thinking, you know my husband. You are not your husband. I'm not thinking about him. But you married him. Do you know I'm making leave? Do you know he meant to stay with me? He wasn't man enough for me. Didn't he tell you that you nothing but I'm doing? Maybe you could be more than word I say. And hopefully you won't the reason why his love out and why we couldn't work it out. I don't know what
Good morning. I know today is this Takeover Thursdays here with Rocky. Rocky Relates is sponsored by Crystal Clear Marketing and Copa Aesthetic Designs. I'm here plugged in with Duty.
What it is, what it do, folks.
Good morning, Duty. How you doing?
Ma'am, like you would say, we're here.
We're here.
Didn't get much rest last night, but I'm feeling all right this morning, man. The coffee's good. The Power Rex is on point. You know what I'm saying? Getting that water up in me, wake and bake, all that other good stuff, man, to get my day going. And luckily, I don't need more than that.
It's rolling, huh? There it is. It's simple.
Whew, what they say, whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
Good morning. How you feeling about the playlist? Is getting you right?
No, it's definitely right. Like I was telling you, like usually I try to tap into it before I get to the show, and I didn't get a chance last night because my slumber was very important.
It always is.
But I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, I'm grooving this morning.
It definitely grooving. I had fun making it last night.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just I could do this vibe. I think it's like a thing for me.
No, that's a winner.
It's easier to I don't know, that R&B and that love and heartbreak and all that good stuff and
yeah, man, you want to feel something.
Yeah,
for real.
It's hard, and it's hard to find. Now I feel like you really have to dig and search for those songs that make you feel like that. Like you,
my ass won't be digging and searching for nothing.
Well, I'll dig and search and I'll give it to y'all. Since Duty ain't doing it, I'm gonna bring it to Duty. He gonna plug us in.
Yes, because I be on my old school. I got my OGs that plug me in with older stuff, and then I got you to give me with the new stuff. But I will stick to the rivers and the streams that I'm used to, especially when it comes to that feel music.
That feel okay.
Because I do want to feel something.
What about some of the new stuff I sent you? I know I sent you some.
I like even
name one artist.
One, shoot, I can name a few.
Okay, well, three.
I mean, even right now with Summer Walker, like definitely dig her. Well, I'll put it like this. I really like the songwriters more than I like the singers.
Right.
So seeing a lot of songwriters come off like her, I'm not talking about her and Summer Walker. I'm talking about like her, H-E-R.
Okay.
But it's a lot of the women in R&B right now are really taking the mantle and running with it.
Okay.
I've been a little disappointed. I ain't gonna front cats like Eric Bellinger. He's more of a feature right now.
He ain't hitting like he used to.
No, he's not writing as well as I would expect.
Well, maybe he's going through something.
No, but that's when if you're going through something, you should be writing.
Right.
Like that's the thing. Like I went through a stage. It's like with the Donnell Jones, you were talking about like, man, he was writing that about me, and I'm like, yeah, he was a little too bad. But like I remember
in my head.
I remember where I was. I've told that story on the air. Like the first time I saw Donnell Jones, it was live. He was on the acoustic.
Right.
And I will never forget that.
Right.
Like the first time hearing those songs, I felt like I heard them before.
Right.
When around that same time, Music Soul Child came out.
Yeah.
And we would sit in the car in the middle of South Central LA, burning cess blunts, listening to that whole album track for track.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've slapped a whole album.
You feel me?
Not skip through, not 47 seconds into this song. I'm not digging this. It's been a while.
And then the versatility too, because like take an artist like D'Angelo. And to me, D'Angelo's Voodoo album is the quintessential R&B album of my generation.
Right.
But it touches so many things. It's jazz, it's hip hop, it's it's gospel, it's all of that wrapped into one, and you really feel it. And you feel the Angie Stone in there, and you feel the Roots in there, and you feel all those feelings that you want. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I want. And I mean, maybe that's asking too much.
I mean, it is, but
one song ain't cutting it. Don't give me a sample. I need the whole thing.
Young listeners, this generation, this younger generation, or my generation, I could say, we don't have any creativity to us or uniqueness, if that makes sense. There's a few, and because of that, like I feel like with this generation, everyone has to fall into this category, or they're not hot. So they're not the one person that's different. Yeah. It's not gonna be hot because who want to listen to what everybody else listening to?
Man,
no substance.
No substance.
It's pop ass chic over here.
Everybody want a commercial. No, and that's like growing up. We all wanted to be musicians, not just for the making it and all that type of stuff. Because when I was coming up, there wasn't a lot of $1 million rappers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Master P and them was just hitting off, and we all knew Tupac's story. You know what I'm saying? So we knew a lot of people that TLC even, like so many people that were megastars in the 90s, late 90s. They weren't paid, but the music was real because people believed in the art form and of making good music. Now it's like people only make music to make hits.
Yeah.
And every song ain't got to be a hit. The B-sides are just as good as the A-sides.
Right. I think the album has to, in a whole, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go get the album because that song was hot. So I know everything else they have is fire. It's not like that. Like you get one or two songs.
No, it's a single word. Like everything's about the individual. Like I might know an artist just by one song and never heard no other song from him.
Damn, that's right.
No, that's the reality. And it's not that one hit wonder stuff that we used to deal with.
Mhm.
It's just that's how business is concentrated. It's just a business thing now. Now it's just about let me get one hot song instead of a hot album. You know, we
Yeah, because
look,
that one song is.
I'm just saying, like, think about, well, 1996, All Eyes on Me dropped.
Mhm.
It was a double album.
Mhm.
And we listened to every track song for song. And most of that stuff was never played on the radio. You know, they played To Live and Die in LA, maybe. California Love, maybe.
Mhm.
But all the other stuff wasn't played. Like, there's nobody that was alive during that time that can't say that they didn't not just run through the whole album, but that's what we did during those times. Like if Jay-Z came out, if Snoop came out, if DJ Quick came out, like we're listening to the album.
The
We don't
whole
care about
thing,
no
right.
damn single. Like
Right.
the single was probably the weakest song on the album. Now all we getting is a single, and if I even listen to your album, I'll probably skip.
Yeah.
Okay, that was okay. Skip.
It's one album recently though that I listened to. What's the guy's name? Alan Stone.
Alan Stone. Whole album was dope.
Whole album. It's a nice little vibe.
I can dig it.
Nice little vibe. We'll throw a song on there. Sunny Days is what drew me to it. And then I listened to the whole album and I was like, oh, I could definitely clean my house to this. This could definitely be paid while I'm cooking breakfast. Like
Yeah.
smooth across. There's nothing like this is BS. Let me change this song right now.
Hey man, because I mean, you know, we live in a world where our devices can program playlists, and you know, I love how Spotify they'll send you a playlist for your year or for your month, and you know, stuff that you always listening to, right? But being able to tap into the new stuff, you know, it can save you some work because having to switch.
Yeah, I get tired of it. Like I like listening to it, but then I find myself listening to the 90s over and over and again. I'm like, well, is there something else out there? Like you want something new.
No,
You don't
I
wanna
don't
continue.
even care for that.
You don't care for nothing new. Well,
Mm,
okay, you said you like her. So I recently ran across this guy.
okay.
Him. Okay, her in mind.
Okay.
So it's the male perspective. He actually did an album where he covered her songs from a male's point of view.
Okay.
So you got to check that out. And it's because the album was right about 2017.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you're a real artist, you inspire other artists.
Right.
You know, that's why I love the mixtapes. People, you know, at one time, people didn't really dig mixtapes. It was really a regional thing. East Coast, West Coast, how they did it.
I don't know.
But being able to see what Wayne did with mixtapes, he made people's songs even more famous by rapping over them. But it's just like I say, other people's music is supposed to inspire you.
Yeah, but does that make other people mad?
No, because
Like if
the history.
you over my song made it hotter than my song.
Right, I'll give you an example. Right, everybody knows Jackson 5. Never can say goodbye. That's Isaac Hayes' original.
Okay.
And the first time I heard the Isaac Hayes version, I felt robbed because I'm like, Mike Nim is cool, but Isaac, yeah,
That's
you
where
feel me?
it was at.
Yeah,
Right,
and so
right.
you know, we've always dealt with remakes and people flipping people's song, but it's more of an R&B thing. And we look at rap, like if I came out next month with an album, Duty rapping the hits, and I was actually rapping somebody else's raps, like I would get laughed at. You know what I'm saying? I would get laughed at. But if I say Duty does the hits inspired by, and I'm playing all these different instrumentals and I'm rapping over them, whether I'm remaking them or taking concepts and flipping them and things like that, that can be acceptable. But it's all in how it's accepted.
Right.
And so if you're doing it for the clicks and the streams and all of that, then yeah, you're looking for a certain sound. If you're doing it for how you feel, you're gonna make something nice.
Yeah, because I mean, now just thinking about them flipping songs, I'm like, are they serious? Like, who okayed this? Like, someone has to be upset. There's a whole group of people right now that are upset as I am listening to this shit.
Hey, everybody don't do a good remix. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't do a good remake. We get blessed time to time.
Mm-hmm.
But shoot, shout out to the artists out there that are original, and shout out to the artists that know that maybe they're not the greatest songwriter, but they can sing.
They can say right. They can sing. They can. That's what it's teamwork though. Like if you can't write, at least feel the lyrics.
I'm just saying,
give it to me.
Get with it.
Right. Give it to me. So it's 8:35. We're gonna run our mouth a little bit because I have some things I have to talk about.
Well, I know you had some sticky topics. You always do. Keep the people thinking, keep the people relating. What did you want to talk about today?
So now this is something I found myself faced with recently.
Oh.
Again, understanding and internally seeking, answering questions. I've been looking at relationships and, how people lack in them
Okay.
and then how that's communicated. Because not all the time are you able to communicate to your other half, like, hey, bruh, I need this from you. You're not giving this to me. Can we talk about how we could meet in the middle, if that even happens? Because some people they don't talk about it. They just go look for it somewhere else.
Okay, so this is my thing, right? Because I've run across this in multiple ways. What if asking for it is, well, that's what I've been told. If I got to ask for it, I don't want it.
Okay,
Right? But how am I supposed to know what you need or you want if you don't tell me?
that's true.
Or how am I supposed to know if I'm lacking if you're not making me aware? Because it might not be noticeable to me. Or it might be something that I feel like is not necessary that you do. So it's a few nuances in there.
But that's where the communication comes along, because I feel that too. Like, it may be some things that, what are you saying? Like,
I'm a bit of a passive aggressive, so I'll get upset about something and be like, damn, I'll be petty to even bring this up, but I can't let it go.
but why is it petty to bring it up? Why is it petty, especially in your relationship? Why is it petty to discuss how you feel with your partner?
Well, this is my philosophy. Everything ain't worth
Right.
bringing up.
It's not, but simple things as little. But if it's something that's going to continuously happen and that's going to continuously, like, if you see, like, okay, if I don't say something about this.
Let's be specific, because that's what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
Because
Well,
what I get caught up in personally
uh-huh.
is trying to measure what's important to me and what's important to the big picture. So I might get triggered by something. I was just explaining this today.
Okay.
I might get triggered by something, and I need to recognize for myself if that was a trigger or if that is an issue.
Huh.
Right? So if it's a trigger, I need to self-reflect and say, okay, why is this triggering me and making me feel this way? But if it's an actual issue, I need to figure out first, why is it bothering me? What the action was it on purpose, was it on accident? And then figure out the best way to address it. Because if I'm upset about it and you're not, and I address you about it, you're like, hold on, why are you so upset? Why are you so offended? And I didn't thought about this thing 300 times in my head.
Right.
So I've made it bigger than it actually is in the reality, because I haven't communicated it to you the way that maybe it was in its simplest form, because didn't want to figure it out first. Maybe not, I didn't want to, I needed to figure it out first.
Okay.
For example, we all have friends.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in a relationship and you have friends, you have different types of friends.
Right.
Right? So let me ask you. You're in a relationship, you're seeing somebody. Do you spend time or hang out with other people that you've been in intimate relationships with?
No.
You said that very quickly.
Yeah, why? Because I wouldn't want you to do that.
We both know there's people that do those type of things.
Right.
Right.
But you only, like, I was just giving one of my people, my employees, the game. Like, she's young, she starts pregnant, got this man. Certain things I see, I peep in. I'm trying. It's only acceptable if you allow it. So if that's not something that you accept, I'm not accepting that for this. And if that's too much for you, then I don't know what the hell we're gonna do here, because I'm not accepting that. Because if I did it to you, you feel some type of way.
Everybody don't do that, right? Some people look, right? We'll just talk about this. Some people will just say, okay, if you can do it, I can do it better, right?
Yeah, I could say both. Like, in my head, like, I could say both. Okay, so I said it. I communicated this to you.
No, they don't need the communication. Your actions is the communication, right? Imagine this. Let me put you in a scenario,
Okay.
right?
Oh shit.
You're with your significant other, and you find out that their best friend is somebody that they actually used to sleep with, used to be in a relationship with.
Okay.
Now you've been knowing this person and hanging out with this person for a while,
Right.
But now you're in a realization of why they're actually so close. Are you offended?
Yes, very.
You would want to know ahead of time, right?
Yeah, I would want to know that.
You wouldn't want to be put in that situation.
Because it make, like, that's some clown shit. Like,
now,
that.
but here's the thing:
sit in my face.
people do it every day.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
So people that allow it.
I'm just saying. In the end, men and women do this. We sit up and, I would say people sit up and they compare stats.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some people are competitive about it. You know, one of the reasons why I knew I had to get about the neighborhood, because I didn't like sharing. I was 14 having grown men run up on me like, yo, you can't talk to her. 15, 16 having grown men, 10, 15 years my age talking about, trying to dictate the type of girls or the girls I would talk to. And first off, I wasn't talking to girls that were way older than me.
Right.
Right?
So why I can't talk to her?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I would say this. A lot of times people are inconsiderate of others, and it's not because they don't know right from wrong. It's just because, like you say, what we think people allow. And it's not that people allow it, people love. And so they give passes and maybe they don't know how to communicate, or maybe they feel like a coward because if they do speak up on something, it's not going to be accepted, right? So we end up compromising, and we end up putting ourselves in bad situations, and then we got to deal with the consequences.
And see, I feel like, okay, you said people love, but once you love yourself first, it's not too much shit you're gonna take from the next person.
Shit, have you found? Look, and I know you have. So let me. This is a rhetorical question for you. Have you ever been in a situation where you knew damn well you was dead wrong with the person you was dealing with? They was doing dead wrong. You knew they was doing wrong. You knew you was doing wrong too, and you didn't want to let go.
Yeah, but you learn from that. I won't do it again.
Well, think about the people that's in that moment, right? That say that same thing, but then end up doing the same thing. I saw.
Yeah. Grow.
I'm just
learn.
Look,
grow.
It's not even funny. It's just the reality.
It is the reality of it. It happens a lot. Like I see it all the time on Facebook, guys. Those posts and those like, what the hell is shit? If you're gonna leave him, it's been 17 years now.
I'm just saying, it's not. Oh Lord. For me, it's like, okay, when I see people that I know that have been in multiple relationships over the span of our knowing each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if I know someone that is in a so-called monogamous relationship, but I know that they do other things, I had to realize that me being attached to that person, that I can get put in that perception.
Right.
Right?
Of course.
It was a long time where people looked at me a certain type of way because of what my friends did.
Yeah.
It was a lot of times I got put in precarious situations because my friends would use me as a scapegoat.
See, I've been that friend. I've been that friend where, and like I didn't give a shit. Like that friend, they lie on me. Bitch, you was not at my house. Like, why? When was this? But it's fine. I'm gonna go with it. So I always had that image of, oh, she the one got you out here thoughting about it, and really, this wasn't even my idea. I was just here for moral support. Like, I love you and whatever.
Well, see, but that's what I'm saying. How do we communicate that? How are we interpreting the communication we're giving to our significant other when we even have friends that aren't in the type of relationships that we're in?
I don't know, because
you can sit up and tell your significant other like, yo, I don't do these things. Right.
But your friends do, right? And it makes it hard to you going out with them, and here you are in a whole argument.
And feeling offended too. Like, why are you worried about what I do? I do what I do. But everybody you with do this. Why you don't do it?
And see, that's my thing. If you're in a relationship with someone, that makes it different. That's just, I could take that from somebody on the outside looking in. But if I'm with you and you know me and we have discussions and you see how I move on a daily basis and you still continue to think that
No, it's not that. All right, give you an example. I saw it's a guy on Facebook, social media. He's kind of big, named LA Truth.
Okay.
He put a meme up and everybody is looking for, clickbait and getting conversations going. And what he posted was, a lot of men don't trust women because of how many women they've been in that's been in loyal relationships. Right. And it was, there's only people on there, women on there jumping and say, yeah, women feel the same way. And I understand both sides of it because we all know people who are in happy relationships and marriages and all these situations, and they run the streets with their boys. And the girl is waiting, or boy is waiting for them, and you know how they get down. But then there's those of us that don't get down like that. But how do you explain to your significant other that, okay, the people I surround myself all use dope, but I don't use dope, or all the people I surround myself with got issues with paying prostitution.
See, you have a point because I'm trying to like put myself in that situation. You talking about all of them use dope? No, you do it too. Like I wouldn't have it.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It has to be plain. But the thing is, it's like you say, perception rules reality. I've been in situations where the person I'm in a relationship with would laugh and joke and praise my friends for their shenanigans. But
The person you was in a relationship
the
with?
person I was in a relationship with would look at my friends and their shenanigans.
Uh-huh.
They're running around with women and all that type of stuff and be all for it, laughing, joking. It's all funny. Oh, yeah, I saw her and I know her and I know all you do. But then looking at me like, nigga, you like them. And I'm like, why are you getting such amusement out of them?
Why you ain't praising me? Why you ain't
Out of them, but you know what I'm saying? You don't, but that's the thing
Because
about
you're
it.
committed. Like it's
No, it's not because I was committed. It's because in the end, some people are enthralled with that. Some people don't want to do it. They want to be attached to it, though. Some people don't want to participate, but they want to be in the action.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the real reality is, it's just like, you know, when I got out of hustling in the streets, I lost a lot of friends because a lot of people wasn't in it for the money. A lot of people was in it for all the things that come with it, the look of it. You know what I'm saying? Social media was out when I was hustling. You even got a picture of me on social media showing no money, no guns, no nothing like that crazy. The reality is, though, there's a lot of people that was around me that would.
That would flex.
Right.
Flex for the girl.
And so that type of the nonverbal communication, you know what I'm saying? That's what our kids are watching, our spouses are watching, our friends are watching. And unfortunately, we don't always look at ourselves that way. We look at what we actually do and say, yeah, I'm not that bad.
Right. See, and I get that. So I almost had a fight back in the day because of that with somebody's girlfriend, because I know it was her dude was doing some weird stuff, and he had lived with us at the time. And I'm like, oh no, not here, not in my house, because I'm cool with your girls still. Y'all may be whatever, separated, y'all may be fighting or whatnot, but she was just here last week and we was cool. So if you're gonna do that, it's not I just don't want to see it, because at the end of the day, I gotta sit with that. And when the roles reversed, she accepted it. So now I want to fight you. Now I want to fight you. I didn't know that. Well, it's just the principle. Like, don't sit in my face and sis, hey girl, no.
And
you knew he was in the back room. What is wrong with you? And you want to be my friend?
I got a rule, yo. I got a rule. And I don't do friends, spouses. For that simple reason. Because look, I'm just saying, I like to mind my business first off. So if I get some information, it's not going nowhere outside of me. It can't, because it's important to me to hold on to that information. But I also realize the conundrums that people can get put in. You feel what I'm saying? Because people pick sides, people get caught up, people will encourage fucking shit that you didn't even realize was going on, and they're not in the full awareness. For example, my best friend has been in a lot of relationships since I've known him. And that's just being honest.
Okay.
But because of that, my attachment to the girls that he's been in a relationship with has to be null and void.
Right.
Because how can I be connected to somebody he used to be with when he's with somebody new? Right?
Yeah.
I can't have that type of conundrum. I can't put him in that compromising situation.
Right.
Right? So that being said, I applied this rule to my life. Does that mean everybody else apply that rule? No. Has it got me in trouble because other people don't apply those rules? Yes. But in the end, I have to stick to my standard because I understand the stickiness that comes with it. And that's all you can do. All you can do is live by your principles. And when people get caught up here, you want to kick their ass for that shit, but really just let you know where to put them. And everybody's
trash, basura.
Everybody's responsible for their actions. But you don't realize sometimes you put people in these situations because they don't know the nuances. All they know is perception.
See, but that I don't like that, because if you're me personally, this is how I feel. If you rock with me or you have more access to me than other people, that means you move differently. I don't care how the hell you move with everybody else. Like, I'm telling you, this is how this is going to work. There's a contract on this friendship, relationship, whatever the case may be.
Sound good.
It does sound good. People don't, though. People don't. Okay. And then they wonder why they get cussed out. And they wonder why I'm crazy.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, for example, once again, let me go to another example. So, let's say you were a dude, and you know that he was with somebody before he got with you, right? So now, is that person that he was with before you always a threat? Are you now, since you know that he was possibly in a relationship and decided to be with you while he was still in that relationship, now are you considering that could happen to you?
Yeah. Because
Now he's told you, no, I don't want to.
yeah, but how you get them is how you do them.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You can't measure every situation by what it is, but everything is different because in the end, for example, let's say my daughter is in an abusive relationship or she's in a relationship that's not healthy for her,
Mhm.
and I encourage her not to be in that relationship no more. Does that make me a bad person?
No.
But there's other people that's going to encourage her to work on that relationship.
Work on getting your eye blacked?
But
How's that?
that's the world we live in.
Work
We
on
have
getting
to
your eye
we have
blacked?
to consider how we're judging people based off the information we have. And some of a lot of the information is nonverbal. A lot of the information is perception. It's not off the facts, and it's not all based off of real communication, right? Because if I'm sitting here and I'm feeling some type of way about something, if I speak on it, that don't mean I have all the facts, and I don't mean you're gonna give me all the facts.
So what are you saying? So
What
you're
I'm-
saying that you shouldn't speak on it?
No, what I'm
Because-
saying is that yes, communication is important, but nothing matters without trust.
Thank
Right?
you.
It is because even in communication, my daddy used to got the best saying ever. I'm gonna put it on something. You can make your mouth say anything.
Yeah. That's true.
You can. So I can sit here and tell you and communicate with you. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like you hanging
But
around them people. I don't like you hanging around them people. I don't want you talking to this person, that person. And then the whole time it's just because I'm insecure because I don't feel that we're having good sex.
What? Okay. So wait. So your mouth, you can make your mouth say anything, but you can also get the wrong perception of something,
Exactly.
of somebody's actions or the way that they move, or
But that's why I said that a trigger is different than an issue.
but both should be communicated.
Yes, no, not necessarily.
Yes and no.
Not necessarily, because something that might trigger me might not have been actually such a big deal. That's why I have to have self-realization, right? If I've been in a prior relationship and I've been traumatized by that relationship, I can't blame you for that trauma and then accuse you of doing that trauma to me again. It's because I've been through it. Now, if I've been shot before, I'm gonna be more aware of people with guns, right?
Mhm.
But just because you got a gun and I've been shot don't mean that you're a threat to me.
That's true. Okay.
You feel me?
I still think you should communicate. Or maybe I'm just a communicating person. Like
No,
I said,
there's
I like to
nothing
put
wrong
the
with
stuff on the
communicating,
table.
but-
Like,
You ever heard of nitpicking?
yeah.
Yeah.
But see, okay, so example, I'm gonna use this example, baby, if you're listening. I'm telling our business a bit. So in our household, I don't know if anyone likes to wash dishes. Like we do it because it needs to be done, right?
Lord.
Okay. So that was always like a big thing to me. Like I want to come home, I want to do dishes, and I live with my girl and my brother. Then I got the 6-year-old who tries, but we're working on that. So that's a supervised situation. So that was communicated. The washing of the dishes was done. So now, great, wonderful. So one day I didn't have my espresso shot, so I was like cranky. I go to put the dishes away, but the way that they were set to dry, they didn't dry properly. So now I'm like, oh my gosh. Did I bring it up? No, because I bitched about the dishes being washed. They got washed, right? But now it's another
issue.
it's another issue. But I sat there and I was like, okay, is it even that serious?
Man.
Like just dry the damn thing and put it away. Like
But see,
now you're meeting halfway. Like the dishes were done. Now all you gotta do is dry it away.
that's really that's a great example, and that's simple, but that's not nuanced because just like you said, the dishes was washed just like you asked for. You didn't ask specifically, hey, that the dishes be washed, dried, and put away.
Right.
Right?
So that's my fault. Right?
You might, but here, look, this is the thing though. You might assume and got upset that hey, if you wash them, you should dry them and put them away. Right?
Right.
And somebody else might have lost it. Like, yeah, I know I told you to wash the dishes. If you're washing the dishes, that means you need to dry them and put them away. Why do I have to tell you to dry them and put them away if you're gonna wash? And another person might just be like, man, I'm just thinking that they washed them.
Yeah. Because that's what I asked for, and that's what I had to think about. That's what I asked for.
Two different reactions.
Right. That's what I asked
and
for.
both of them could be right, and both of them could be wrong.
It just depends on the situation. Like,
Depends on the self-realization in the moment. Is it worth?
because all I really needed was a espresso shot, and I knew that was my problem. I was like, I'm not even mad about these wet dishes right now. I just
and that is what I'm talking about. That's how I strive to be. It's not that things don't bother me. It's not that things don't matter. It's just measuring why does it matter in this moment.
Right. Like, is it really the
Look,
situation, or
or
do you
is
got something else going on?
You know what I'm
'Cause,
saying?
like, are you just agitated just because you woke up on the wrong
'Cause
side?
sometimes you might just have one of them days. I have them days, and it might not seem like it to the outside world, but that's my acting ability. But there's people that have to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I have much grace for others because I grew up in a household that we showed each other much grace in those ways.
Mhm.
Like, no matter what, no matter how you're feeling, you treat each other a certain type of way because you love each other.
Mhm, mhm.
And if you do that, no matter what, you don't have a problem apologizing. My dad used to have a philosophy: love means not having to say I'm sorry.
Right.
I learned that love means saying sorry even when I'm not wrong.
Right.
Right? And that's the thing. Like, unfortunately, I might love somebody and they might feel that apologies are absolutely necessary. So if I take on a philosophy that I don't have to apologize because I know you love me and I know I love you too, that might cause a rift. But everybody doesn't share the same philosophy. So if I communicate that with you, I love you, and I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna fuck up bad, and I'm sorry ahead of time already, but don't take it personal. And I tell you that ahead of time, then you know how I'm moving. You don't mean you have to accept it, but that's what I'm talking about. That communication ain't perfect. That communication ain't gonna make things right. Hey, I'm gonna mess up. You're gonna have to forgive me, and even if you don't forgive me, I know you still love me.
I wish somebody would.
That's the way love goes. I'm moving on a different plane. What I say is I'm gonna love you to the best of my ability, and it's not gonna really matter to me how you love me, because it's about who I love.
Yeah, I heard that.
Right now, it just so happens that I'm clinging and pulling more toward the people that love me more than the people that I know and obviously show that they don't.
Right.
And that's been my improvement. That's been my communication. Is simple. I don't have to say, "Hey, you've been a messed up friend to me," or "You ain't the type of person that I want to be around." I just change my actions.
See, I feel that, and then I think I put up this wall. Like, my grandmother had a conversation with me, and she's getting older, so it's certain things that little background on her. She was married one time.
Mm-hmm.
My grandpa decided to cheat on her. Her rule is 2 strikes and you're out. Usually it's 3 strikes and you're out. No, she 2 and you're out. So he hit that 2, she was done. She didn't remarry. I don't believe she dated.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her one day, just venting to her because she's gonna be brutally honest with me, and it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Because I know that she loves me. Like, the way that she delivers it to me, even when she's mad at me, like. And I was expressing to her like how I felt, and she got emotional. She's like, "I don't want you to end up by yourself like me." I was like, "What the hell would that mean?" But I know that she had a guard, like she was hurt.
Yeah.
She didn't want to waste her time trying to communicate with people or go back down that same road again. Like, this is it's not for me. Like, she's one of those people, try smoking, not for me. Drinking, not for me. This is not for me. So obviously that was not for her. So then I started to look at myself, and I was like, well, damn. Did I get beat up that bad where certain things that I don't even want to...
Man, don't even want to deal with them.
I don't even want to deal with. I don't want to be bothered with it. But if I call myself loving somebody, how is that fair? Because they didn't necessarily do it to me.
Well, love is a risk.
Yeah, it is.
And that is, well, you know what? I was watching a movie with Bay last night. When the she made me watch this corny ass shit.
What was it?
I forget what it was called, but it was Damon Wayans' son in it. And he was suing a dating site because they guarantee love.
Oh.
And then falling in love with his attorney.
Okay.
And I want to get the line right, but what he said it was a great line. He said, "Love is worth the risk."
Okay.
And that's the key. Like, that's what got me about most things in life. And I'll be honest, it's a lot of folks that I just don't run with because I know they don't believe in nothing bigger than their own selfish self.
Mm-hmm.
But love is worth the risk. No matter if you're loving somebody like a spouse, you're loving a friend, you're loving a child, you're loving a parent or relative, it is worth the risk to go out of your way to love somebody, because what comes with not giving yourself in that way is having the possibility of regret, having the possibility of not just being alone, but being lonely.
Yeah.
Because I don't got no problem being alone.
Yeah, being alone is not
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. I got told that when I was real young. Like, I always wanted to go out. When I moved back here from Hawaii,
Yeah.
I always wanted to go out and kick with my friends. And my sister's dad was like, "You need to learn how to be alone." What the hell does that mean? I know how to be alone. I'm gonna go do it right now. I'm gonna close the door. But then I got older and I understood, like, that time is precious too. Like, you
Yeah.
socialize all damn day, but who are you when no one's in the room?
Luckily, I had music, and my dad used to play this song by such a great group. He said, "I don't mind if you say that you're going away. I just don't want to be lonely. I want to be loved, needed, depended on, to give the love I can give. When you're gone, I just don't want to be lonely." And the reality of that is just that. It's going to be times where we're going to be alone. But if you know you got somebody you know you can be open with, you can be truthful with, you can bare your soul, even if it's petty.
Mm-hmm.
If you can communicate without words, and they can read into that, and they can know. I do a lot of baby, what's wrong? Baby, what's wrong? Because in the end, I want to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
find
saying?
myself doing that a lot too. What's wrong with you?
You know what I'm saying?
What's
And
going on?
I have to check myself sometimes because, I'm sure it could be bothersome.
Yeah.
It matters to me. And, maybe it's because I had somebody that always makes sure I'm okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And what you can't have, you give. That's what I learned from, if anything, from my parents, is that, a lot of the things and traumas that they faced, they reversed it and made sure that we never felt those traumas of rejection, those traumas of not feeling like you have somebody, the traumas of being alone and lonely at a young age. And the one thing that they gave me was making sure that I knew I had somebody. And sometimes that can be enough.
That is nice.
Everybody's not going to bare their soul to you. Everybody's not going to tell you all the truths and all the previous things, and they're going to give you their sunny side.
Right.
But to be able to sit there and observe and learn to love somebody in the ways that they're willing to allow you, that's real intimacy, because ain't nobody giving you all of it.
Damn.
And so that communication, like I say, it's not all verbal. It's not always going to be, your spouse ain't always going to tell you, "Nigga, you bothering me." Spouse ain't always going to tell you, "Yo."
But it should be like
No,
that.
but it's not always going to be like that.
Should or you should be, at least if it's not a verbal thing, you should at least be able to read the person you're with. Maybe
No,
I'm just
we can, but that's the thing too. How we read it and why. Like I said,
the perception.
right?
Your
You wake up
perception.
in the morning and you can tell by the look on your spouse's face what kind of day it's like.
Right.
Right? For me,
Or the way they say good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah.
For me,
Bad.
like, I make it a point to make sure that no one incident determines my day. Sometimes you can't help it. But
Yeah.
then there are others who, if the coffee ain't perfect,
Mm-hmm.
that day is ruined already. And finding that balance, like I say, to one extreme to the other, and knowing who you're dealing with and knowing who you are. Like I say, for me, my happy-go-lucky go a long way. And so that could be annoying, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was about to say that because somebody might, I just want to be angry right now. You over here laughing and
Like,
trying to.
why is you
Make
so
me
happy?
smile.
You know what I'm saying? Won't you? I'm gonna kill your dog. This is a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like,
Damn.
and that's what I'm saying. But in the end, I had to learn it for myself, because when I was young, if I had my parents raise their voice at me in the morning before school, my day was ruined. If I didn't get off to school in a good, like, it would be horribly bad. And they didn't realize that. They weren't trying to give me a hard time. It might just be my lazy ass not wanting to
Right, do what they
do
say.
what they tell me to do.
Right.
But it would rattle me so to where my whole day would just be emotional. And when
Right.
I caught up with myself on that in the third grade, I said, "Mommy and Daddy love me. They don't want to ruin my day." You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
I knew it wasn't on purpose. So I had to check myself. Like, why am I so emotional in the damn morning?
Like, that's who they are.
Since
Right.
I know I'm emotional in the morning, let me check myself in the morning and realize that it's not that bad. That don't determine how good my day should be. That's a baby
Yeah,
doing that.
right,
You know what I'm saying? But being able to apply that, I can't make everybody else catch that.
right.
But that's also why I've been drinking coffee since I was 11.
Oh my gosh. Let me
Trying
get
to
my,
make sure I
let
got
me get
that
my
pep in my
coffee
step,
right.
man, because I don't want to have a bad day.
It's to me, like, when I look at things like that, I have to tell myself not to let other people dictate the vibe and the energy I give off of that. Because it's easy to let somebody do that.
Way easy.
It's easy to transfer of energy. Like, it's easy for that to happen.
Yeah.
like fast. Like you wouldn't even know what happened. Now you just, what the hell is going on here? Like, am I really upset? And what am I really upset about? But you have to understand that though. Like, I'm not gonna let what you got going on over here upset me. Let me try to give you some of this positive. But if you ain't taking it, I'm not just gonna keep throwing it out because I'm gonna be empty by the time I need it for myself. When I go to look for something, my stuff is gone because I give it to you and you didn't use it right.
Lord have mercy.
That's how I feel like, you know, and everybody has their mornings. I'm grateful, like just having this conversation. I look around at the people that deal with me.
Yeah.
That deal with who I am as a person and understanding. And I appreciate that. Like I appreciate that love because it's times like my brother, for example, when he just knows that I done had it.
Yeah.
Like I don't do it. Damn it.
Yeah.
And here he goes. Whatever he could do along the way
He's gonna make sure
it's okay. You know, get the kid. Hey, hold on, your mama. Wait a minute. Just come on.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, come with me. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And I appreciate things like that because that lets me know that he pays attention to me and what I got going on. And it's not. I don't have to communicate to him.
Yeah. What's
wrong. Like, and when it is time to communicate it, at least I have that time to figure it out. Like, you know what? I don't even know. This happened. And it's like, oh, let's put these pieces together.
Man.
Yeah, I can see how you're like, you know, to be able to communicate with that somebody and it not turn into an argument or a debate or trying to prove your point.
Or even somebody trying to tell you that you don't feel how you feel.
Yeah, I can't. That's a trigger for me.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like knowing it's not always going to come from one place. It's not going to always come from multiple places. Where I got real caught up, and one of the reasons why I had to deal with a lot of grief when I lost my dad is because I depended on him so much for my emotional stability.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't open myself up to just about anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I was totally open to him because I trusted him more than just my life. I came from him. You know what I'm saying? And so that level of trust, when I lost it, I knew I was stuck because I knew I would never have that with anybody else.
Right.
And in that moment, you know, it was the hardest thing because I'm like, dang, knowing that I don't have that anymore, what do I do? Now realizing that I had plenty of people, maybe not that could encompass all the things that he gave me, but in pieces. You know what I'm saying? And then thank God for my pops for making sure that he pointed out good people in my life to know.
He let you know.
Hey, that person, nah, not that person. No. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I tell this story all the time. My pops was very prideful about not liking men.
Mm-hmm.
He hated men. And when I say that, it's based off his experience, his traumas, and the things he's been through. But he knew men were, as a species, just not the type of, they just ain't shit.
Right.
But the men that he made sure to point out in my life that were good people, like it is abounding over and over that they are exactly what my dad said they would be. And I don't know how he would know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't always been the greatest measure of people.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of optimism when it comes to people.
Really? You know what? I don't see it like that. As you be my friend, like you've always pointed out the one, like, I know, like.
That's experience. That's a learned behavior, I promise.
You know, dude used to stand in the back and just stand there, cool cat, watching everybody. And then here I come with the shenanigans, because I be with.
Always with the shenanigans.
Look at that over there. And then, you know, he put me up on game. Like, yeah, watch that one. No, I peeped that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen them scroll around that way. Like, and it was good to know that there was somebody there using their eyes and that perception for the right reasons. It's like, hey, this is what it is, but you know, you're gonna do whatever you want to do anyways. But this is what it is. I'm letting you know as your friend. I seen it. I peeped it.
I've had to learn as a survival tactic how to observe and learn people, but I also had to learn to temper my expectations of people because, like I said, I'm an optimist. Mm-hmm. And so I see the great in everybody. I got friends that everybody else would never be friends with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There are people that I would endear myself to because I know that they need a friend like me. And that's a ministry of mine. And unfortunately, being that type of guy has put me in some precarious situations because unfortunately, instead of me realizing that I'm a friend to them and they're not a friend to me, I do depend on them for a level of friendship out of expectation. It's natural.
Mhm.
Can't do that. Can't. It'll get you killed. So it's one thing to be able to, my mama, ooh, thank you, Jesus. My mama was just telling me this. There's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And they're all three different things, right?
Mhm.
Wisdom is an experience thing.
Right.
Knowledge, you can know something, but none of them work without understanding,
Right, I understand it.
right? And so I got some good tools and skills that I make sure I try to share. That don't mean I always apply it,
Right.
right? I can know better, but that don't always mean I do better. I can self-analyze myself.
Remember, that
and
makes you you're just human though.
no, but see, that's the thing about it. Like I always say, I judge myself colder than I can judge anybody.
I mean, yeah, as I think as people should, because I do that a lot and not realizing, like I have to realize that's what I'm doing. So like if I'm sitting here analyzing the situation, I'm like, damn, okay, you could have did this, you were supposed to do this, you didn't do this. And somebody comes and says something to me about it. Now I got an attitude with you because I'm having a whole conversation with myself in my head, and you over here talking to me about what you know. But I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna let you in like that. Y'all not gonna jump me. Y'all not gonna jump me because you do, like, you really say things to yourself that you would probably never say to another person or out loud. Yeah, like what? And sometimes it does hurt. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you need that reminder that you did amazing.
Hey, no, but that's why I'm thankful for my good friends and the people that I know love me, because they be knowing when I be needing that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't even know how they see it sometimes. And sometimes it's just, you can't help it. But I appreciate it. I appreciate when I get them calls and just of encouragement. I appreciate when I get them calls like, yo, you know what, Lord put you on my heart, and I wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you're good. And, people actually making sure I'm good. Because I'm the type, I won't say if things are bad. You know what I'm saying?
But you should be able to though.
No, but here's the thing about it. Being that I'm such an optimist.
Optimistic.
I'm such an optimist that the impossible be working out on my behalf. And I don't ask for much because I know that with much comes a lot of responsibility. So I just be like, Lord, thank you for what I got. And if I need it, I know that you're going to make sure you supply it, and you do. And I'm talking about, he has the people in place, not the things, because the things, they come and go, but
right.
The people in place to make sure I'm good. When I got friends like you who I know are striving for the same things I'm striving for, and not in a material way, but in an understanding way, in a wisdom way, looking to improve others, looking to make sure that you go out of your way, not just for what you want, but making sure that you're supporting others. Like, for me, that's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you want to be around people like that? There's other people they stay far away from people like this.
Because they ain't ready.
No, but
they're not ready for the life.
That's the key. It's knowing the difference and not wanting to have those relationships that aren't the type that we need. Because there was a time I used to seek out the people that wouldn't fuck with me.
Why?
Exactly. Why?
But
Why?
you know what? I can feel that too. Because like I was driving and I was thinking like, so many good things have been happening in my life. Why I ain't calling my people, like my partners? Why I ain't calling my girls? Like, oh my God, this happened. Oh my gosh. Da-da-da-da-da. And I had to realize that I don't even know if y'all really happy for me.
Well,
like if I call you and talk to you about it, are you really gonna be happy for me, or are you gonna hang up the phone, turn to your man like this bitch, here she goes with this?
I'm just saying, how many times have you noticed who didn't watch, or who didn't like, or who didn't pay attention, or who didn't say something than the people that did?
Yeah.
And I had to check myself and say, I need to start appreciating the people and be thankful for the people that show love instead of counting the people that don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and it's crazy because it's easier to count the people that don't. Like you ain't paying, like you can fall into those days where you're like, damn, so-and-so didn't, so-and-so did. But then there's people that aren't, like, and they don't even know you. Like, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for all the people that support me that don't know me.
But that's why we got to flip the expectation and the mindset, because there's a million reasons for people to not mess with you. But they only need one to support. Yeah. And in the end, there are people that will make up reasons not to support you.
But that's okay, though, because if you're not supporting me, obviously, I make you feel some type of way. And that was my goal anyway.
No, but
to make you feel.
Here's the thing, right? That's the key, because however it is in them, it's about them. It's not about us.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm thankful for those that go out of their way. I'm thankful for those that don't, because maybe that's not necessary.
Yeah, maybe I don't want your energy. I don't want your eyes on me. I don't want you.
Yeah.
Because people do prey on your downfall.
No, and more than that, there are people out there that will put themselves in competition when there are
There's no competition.
competition.
I'm trying to tell them that, look, baby, there's no competition. We're not even in the same.
Well, so that communication matters too. Like I said, I'm thankful for those that are able to be supportive without an expectation that they have to be acknowledged. I'm
Mhm.
also thankful for those that deserve the acknowledgement because they go out of their way, right?
Yeah.
Because there are people that don't want acknowledgement. There are people that do stuff. I used to, I love Prince. Everybody loves Prince. But, Prince and Michael Jackson would go out of their way to make sure they did things for people that they would never know who did it.
Right.
And Prince in particular, like when Lauryn Hill went to jail, he went out of his way. He contacted Van Jones and made sure that her kids and everything was taken care of. That's on top of the money that he paid to make sure that she paid off her tax bill. But that wasn't the front page news. That's not something in entertainment they talked about.
He didn't need it. He did it. Yeah.
You feel me? And so, having those type of people around in the world makes me want to be one of those people. I was watching the documentary. Shout out to OG.T. He sent me a word about his documentary called The Black Godfather.
Okay.
And definitely a must watch for everybody out there.
Why OG don't send me no documentary?
If he sent it to me, he sent it to you too.
Okay.
But I'm watching it, and this man was amazing because he wanted to do right by everybody he dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did was made sure that they knew it wasn't about them paying him back. It was about them doing the right thing by somebody else.
Now, doing that, do you feel like that comes with pain and
Of
doing
course.
right by everybody?
No, but here's the thing, right? There are some people whose philosophy is no pain, no gain. And not meaning that they want to take the pain, meaning that somebody else got to take the pain for you to get the gain. Then there's other people that refuse to compromise their morals for any comeuppance. And then there's things in between.
Right.
So I had to figure out what type of person I wanted to be. And I determined that I wanted to be somebody who did the right thing for the right reason. Because when I tried to do the right thing, even when I was doing wrong, it never worked out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I was in the streets and I was buddy with everybody and I had the best product and I had the best hours and all of that, it was still haters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what's the point of being a good guy if, you know what I'm saying, somebody's still gonna come for you? Superman, he got hated. Superman ain't trying to do nothing but help people.
This
So-
is true.
You have to accept it. And you can't always pay attention to those. My pops, once again, I'm quoting pops today in my heart. When you acknowledge haters, that's when they got you. So I don't even acknowledge them.
Can you smile at him?
I only acknowledge the supporters. Everybody else is
Just smile at him.
non-relevant.
Still give him love.
You
Smile.
smile at everybody.
No, you can't smile at everybody.
It is 9:18 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here at the station. I had more fun, and me and Rocky are late in the day. I hope you guys are digging the conversation. Rocky, when you talk about communication, we talk about nonverbal, we talk about verbal, we talk about perception, and all that. But in your opinion, what is the best way to communicate when you know people are sensitive?
Ooh. So for me, I definitely have to check myself first because I express things like this right here. I get it from my mom. So like, if I'm not in agreement with something or something is upsetting me, like you're gonna see it on my face. I could tell you, nah, I'm good, I'm cool, ain't nothing wrong, but on my face, you're gonna have the answer that you're really looking for. So I have to take a step back before I communicate with anybody that's sensitive, because sometimes I just don't have it. Like I just don't have it. I don't have patience at times. At times. So just depending, like it definitely takes a minute. I don't know how. I honestly, that's something I'm working on. Let me tell you, that's something I'm working on. Communicating with people that are sensitive. I recently had a conversation with somebody where I can't. Sometimes I can't sugarcoat it. Like I have to. I just have to be me. So sometimes I can't. But maybe going with the softer approach, or, and this is just with me being a leader because I have people that are under me, I might use one of them. Like I have someone that balances me. I chose somebody that stands next to me that is softer and more nurturing and more, whereas there's times where I don't give a shit. Like, are you serious right now? You're really sitting here telling, like, that's who I am. So to have someone that maybe balances me, I would use another source of communication. Maybe like music or something.
See, that's you was reading my mind right now.
Like music to hey,
folks,
listen to the song. Baby.
Folks is funny. You would be with somebody and they will be reading you off with the music they play. And you ever be in a fight with your spouse and then they put on that fuck you music?
Yeah.
Not that let's have sex music, but that fuck you music.
Yeah. That.
That type of communication.
Yeah, I love that type of music.
The world is so crazy, yo. I'm telling y'all, man, we're so nuanced in technology and art form has definitely changed the way we communicate. And I mean, whether it's how someone dresses or how they present themselves physically or the things they don't say or the things they do say, things people say that they don't mean. It's so much. And we have to, we are creatures of communication. One of the
creatures of communication.
One of the reasons why we know people was here a long time ago because they wrote on the walls, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, we find ways to communicate, verbal, nonverbal, in art form, man. We appreciate being able to explore all these different ways of communicating. Rock, I need a cigarette. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, let's give him some music. What's up next on the playlist? Let me see.
Man, Summer Walker, Chris Brown, London.
Yeah, play that. That's what I wanted. Look at this.
Look at God.
Look at God.
We are here plugged in with Rocky Relates on 22.3 Table Vegas Radio. It's 9:22 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We ain't going too far, but we're gonna take a quick break and get to some music. Rocky, you want to say something to him before we tap out?
Yeah, this is my song right here. I just want to let you know. It's something real, right?
Something real.
Yes, and we all need it.
Yes, on 22.3 Table Vegas Radio.
First part.
My last nigga was a bitch nigga. I need a nigga with about 6 figures. Yes, I'm older, what you doing? So moving on that goofy shit. I need to know what you gon' do. I ain't trying to put the things I do. It's some bullshit that I went through. Hope it's not the same with you. Wanna make me feel away. Thanks though I never change. We leave all the pain. Please make me forget those things. Oh, I wanna make you see what this thing will do. Yeah, put me on something new. Put me on, girl. I want something that I can feel. I want something that I know is real. I want something that I can feel. Come and put me on my well. And I know you ain't never got nobody in your life that'll come through and do you right. Why don't you let me change your life, girl? I'm tryna put that wrist underwater. Girl, I might just give you a dollar. Girl, I know, baby, that's sweet. Let me show you how it feels. Please take it levitate. Baby, bring me all your pain. Make you forget those things. Girl, I wanna let you shoot. And shoot it with this thing, don't you. Put you on something new. Put you on. I want something that I can feel. I want something that I know is real. I want something that I can feel. Nothing but me on my will. Can't you see a real? Something I can feel. I can get to see you again. I tell you, I want something I can feel. Girl, you know how I feel. Can feel. Can't you see the real? put it on. Still
Nothing on the track.
Ooh, tell me who knows you better, baby, than I do. Said it out your own mouth. I ain't even gotta say it. Ooh, you ain't gotta make an issue. Ooh, I ain't trying to play the victim. Ooh, I'm just trying to make this thing right. Yeah. How could you think that I could ever be better without you? Gee, I can go a few months. Every day, girl, I be missing you. Needles in you to another dude. The thought of it is so depressing. Ooh, you and I both know that we need this. That's why I'm explaining what I'm fighting for. Girl, there's no one who deserves you more. So stop subscribing to those crazy folks. Cause there's no one who deserves you more. Who gave you? Don't change, don't change, babe. I'm gon' have crazy if you choose to leave. That's why I'm explaining what I'm fighting for. Girl, there's no one who deserves you more. Don't often talk about it, baby, but we know it's true. That you were insecure one. That someone really did you dirty, ooh. But I encouraged you to make it through. Showed you special was a part of you. You did the same for me too. So girl, I thank you. I'm so thankful. Times when we rise and we fall. Times when we laugh and let's not break up. Let's be graceful. That the strain of our arguments only brought us close in spite. I'm explaining what I'm fighting for. Girl, there's no one who deserves you more. So stop subscribing to those crazy thoughts. Cause there's no one who deserves you more. Who gave you more? Don't change, don't change, babe. I'm gon' have crazy if you choose to leave. That's why I'm explaining what I'm fighting for. Girl, there's no one who deserves you more. We spend more time on the problems instead of trying to work them out to get better. However, let's turn this negative into a positive. You believe in you and I feel there's a need to try. If I don't fight, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I'm explaining what I'm fighting for. Girl, there's no who deserves you more. So stop subscribing to those crazy thoughts. Cause there's no one who deserves you more. Who gave you love? Don't change, baby. I won't have crazy if you choose to believe. So I'm explaining what I'm fighting for. Girl, there's no one who deserves you more. No.
damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you when I get on. Now Julio made me a Scorpio, and now I might hit your phone up, put that bye. Missing my da, missing that All of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and no shit. You a damn drug, you toxic. the sex on replay. 20 bags like a DJ. Surfing on your face while you eat that. Trying to make a bad bitch behave. No. I was just waiting for you. Put the pussy away for you. Thinking I would wait for you. And that damn down Julio made me a fool for you. And now I hit your phone up with that ba-ba-ba. Missing my da-da-da. Missing that ah. And all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and now shit. You a damn drug, you toxic. Problematic. You know that dick always been problematic. Somehow I'm always calling you dramatics. Only in your acrobatics. You know I want the static. Tell me to throw it backwards. And that damn down Julio made me a fool for you. And I still hit your phone up with blah. Missing my da-da-da. Missing that all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and now shit. You a damn drug, you toxic.
One more.
It's gonna be a fake to all of the girls dealing with them open niggas, ready to give up on love cause they never seem to work for you. Oh, I know that they get on your nerves. I know they be lying to you. And every chance them niggas get, they be quick to make a fool out of you. But you ignore the signs, baby girl, you can't hurry up. Take your time. So probably looking for you now, baby. Won't you tell me what's going on? Slow down. You might as well lay down. It's the only way for sure. I'm just saying you can't hurry up. So take this time and go and work on yourself. Get your bread up, be a boss, got a few checks. Yeah. Get it to the point where you don't need no one, you don't need no help. You can do it yourself, you don't need shit from me. Be the type of girl we like, and I bet he treat you right. Make the rest the best of your life. You still got some time, baby girl, you can't hurry it up. Take your time, take your time. Somebody for you. Probably looking for you now, baby. Don't tell me what's going on. Slow down. You might as well lay down. It's the only way for sure. I'm just saying you can't hurry love. Oh, baby, you can't hurry love. You gotta take your time, make sure he wants. You found a love that was always visible. She gon' take care of you, not only physically, but also mentally.
And we're back. Today is Takeover Thursday here on 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. And Duty got me plugged in, y'all. It's your girl, Rocky. Rocky Relates is sponsored by Crystal Clear Marketing and Copaesthetic Designs. Duty, how you feeling?
Man, I'm in the building. We're feeling good. It's a beautiful day out today. It's clear. You know what I'm saying? The cannabis is good. The coffee's been amazing. The conversation's been great. I can't complain.
Yeah, we up. We up. And if you know what, if you're not up, you guys got to grab your Canada's Power X. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. So I've been a fan of Red Bull, but this Pyrex is smooth because I like carbonated drinks, right?
Yeah.
So like to me, what like when I pop open the Red Bull, it's that bubble, that fizzy. But then while I'm working, it sits there. I'm not able to continue to just sip it. But Pyrex, I found like I didn't expect. That's not what. It's not super carbonated, so I didn't need that going throughout the day. So it's just smooth. Like it's
Smooth
not.
sailing.
Don't give it that. You
No.
know, and then you don't get the jitters after you drink it. It's like.
No, it's on point. No, definitely. It's you know, especially in the mornings when you're getting that caffeine in your system, you know, you want to make sure that you ain't overdoing it.
Yeah.
And being able to get something in your system that's gonna give you that go without getting that empty feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because sometimes, you know, when you drink, like you don't usually, it's the first thing you put in you.
Man.
Not like, especially if you're like me, you get up and go. Like I don't have time to sit down and eat breakfast. I could probably make time, but I don't. I usually get up, you know, I start getting ready for work. I gotta get the kid ready, and I'm on the go. I need something to get me up there, man. It doesn't make me feel any type of way. Like it doesn't make me regret putting this being the first thing on my stomach.
Ice cold Pyrex, man, get your day started right, keep your day going, man. Shout out to Pyrex for not all they do for the station, man, but just for being a consistent quality product, man. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing to deal with sponsors, paid sponsors, another thing to deal with products that you use. So shout out to Pyrex, shout out to our other sponsors, Copacetic Designs and Crystal Clear Marketing as well. Big things coming for Plugged In, for Rocky Relates, for Crystal Clear Marketing, for Copacetic Designs. So please make sure you stay tuned. If you're not connected with the social medias, check out Rocky Relates on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Check out Plugged In with Judy Diallo on all those platforms as well, and keep up to date with everything that's going on with 22.3 TakeOverVegasRadio.com on the website or on the social medias as well. Oh, that's a nice color. Y'all be sitting here just looking out the window, trying to watch traffic, trying to watch what's moving. So if you ever see me, if you ever watching and I seem distracted, I'm not distracted. I'm just being aware.
Aware of your surroundings. You gotta know what's going on in your environment.
I gotta apologize to Rocky because I be looking and she be looking at me.
I have to turn around like, what's going on?
Let's see if I can keep that shade up now, but now I'll be having to see what's popping.
You gotta be prepared. You never know. I need to know what you looking at. What I gotta see.
I'm saying, man, you know, traffic is decent out here on Maryland Parkway in Sahara, where our station is located, man. Shout out to everybody, no matter where you are in the world. If you're here in Las Vegas, if you're international, if you're somewhere else in the United States, man, we appreciate you guys for plugging in and always showing love to Rocky Relates on 22.3 TakeOver Vegas Radio. Now, Rock, it's 9:38 a.m.
We just been talking.
We've been talking, and talking about good stuff, though.
Yeah.
You know, and just, you know, getting better understanding of communication, understanding the nuances. And I asked you earlier about, you know, how do you deal with people that are sensitive? Now, my next one is, how do you deal with those people that are aggressive? What I've noticed is that some people feel that aggression is always supposed to be in the forefront. And they don't have really a gentle tone at all.
Yeah. It's a couple of ways. It really just depends on my mood. Because sometimes I match energy. So if you're going to talk to me like that, obviously you think I'm going to hear you. So I'm going to talk to you like that because obviously that's how you communicate. But I've noticed that a lot of people don't like that. So like now you're looking at me stupid because I'm talking like you. No, I'm matching your energy. Like if this is how you communicate with me, I'm going to communicate with you. This is obviously your language. We're speaking it. You don't like it now? You don't like to be talked to like that. So for me, it's just making them understand that it's not always necessary, whether, like I said, matching energy or simply, hey, why are you so upset? Sometimes you just got to laugh at people. Then, I mean, I don't know if that helps the situation. That's Rocky's relating to the pettiness right now. Sometimes you just got to laugh at people because then they got to step back and think, like, why does she think this is funny? Because I don't know where you thought you was going with that. Like, where did you think you were going? But I am guilty of doing it myself. With my child, for example, and I've said this before, like, I'm like, hey, can you do this for me? Please, if you don't get your ass up like that, that works. Obviously, she understands that. But it just, again, depends on the mood because not all forms of communication work all the time.
No, you're right, because sometimes you can be too nice.
Yeah, people aren't going to receive that. Like, they're going to be too nice to think joking or it's not serious.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you because I'm saying it with a smile on my face. Now, if I gave you a threat before I said what I said, would it have changed the way you received this message?
Hey, you know, some people, they need to be dealt with aggressive But when I'm dealing with somebody that's like, they feel that aggression is the only way to go, it can be a little testy because I've learned a lot that it escalates quickly.
It does. It changes the vibe of the conversation. Like you're yelling, so what? Just human nature. You're either gonna feel like you have to defend yourself, or you're gonna shut down. So the communication just stopped at this point to me.
No, for real. Because then I had a homeboy, and we'll be in a full-on argument. He's yelling, I'm yelling, and all of a sudden, why are you yelling at me?
You started it.
And we've been yelling for 35 minutes.
Well, whatever you said must have hit something.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, can you handle what you dishing? You know what I'm saying? I don't cook nothing, I don't play league.
But I mean, you know what? Sometimes people just are aggressive because that's what worked for them.
No, but that's what I'm saying too. Some people is aggressive just to be aggressive. Sometimes it's not even necessary. It's not to get their point across. Sometimes they're aggressive because they're wrong.
But you should tell them that you have that right. That's working with, excuse me, that's not the tone you are currently using.
No, see, that's what all right, so something that happens to me a lot is I accumulate until it gets to a point where it has to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not
So it pours up like
I'm not a screamer or a yeller, but
Mhm.
when I get emotional, I can get a little active.
I holler.
You know what I'm saying? I'll raise my voice a bit.
Right.
You know, the words that come out of my mouth will definitely have a little sharpness to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had to learn to use that very slightly and when it's important because it's effective. And I don't want it to not be effective.
Right.
If I'm going to get upset, I'm going to make sure that it's effective instead of just doing it just to do it.
Right. Because, yeah. And I think that aggression. So if you always aggressive with people, at some point, what you're saying is not even going to hold no weight. Because at this point, you just angry. Like, right. Like, at this point, you just always angry. Like,
in the workplace, even I had to learn that like every once in a while I had to go off.
Yeah, I've done it before.
It was like being a nice guy, once again, being, the red sunshine that I try to be, people be testing me, mostly it's cockazoids. And so, I have to have one of those moments, probably every couple months or so.
Yeah, I mean, you're allowed that.
No, it's not even that it's allowed, it's just that it's necessary. Make sure that they know what they're dealing with.
It's people that,
I'm
thinking, I thought about just a whole bunch of situations that flash through my mind right now. Times where I'm like, hold on, do I gotta take my badge off real quick?
For me, it'd be well plotted and planned. Like I will have a specific fit in mind, and I'm aware of the day that I'm gonna flip out on everybody.
It's gonna be Wednesday, probably after lunch.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have it all figured out. Like, yeah, this is what needs to be said. This is who needs to be said to. This is who needs to be in the audience. Like, yeah, I need to get this point across.
Yeah. It's like I said, matching energies. Because sometimes people don't that's how they communicate. So you got to get on that level every now and then to. Yeah. You're not the only person that can do this.
Sometimes you got to get with the theatrics, give them what they want.
Get right with the action, and get right with it.
I remember the first time, when I fell in love with the word cockazoid, it was not purposeful. It was really just me clowning, and I didn't come up with this word. This is a scientific word. Well, it was made scientific by the gentleman named Freud. So Negroid, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid. The first time I used Caucasoid in a sentence, I giggled for 2 hours.
I think I remember you bringing this to my attention. I said, what the heck?
The first time I called a white person a Caucasoid, the look on their face.
You called them that to their face.
And they were so offended. And I'm like, why are you offended? You just called me a slur. I didn't call you a slur.
It sounded like a slur.
It sounded like one, right?
No, that's not a slur.
The intention of it is clear, though. The intention of it is for me to make sure that they're paying attention to what I'm saying.
Right. Now I know you're hearing me.
Now I know you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're measuring what I'm telling you, you want to find offense in what I'm saying, but there's no offense there. I made sure of that.
Go Google it.
No, and I want you to feel offended when I'm not offending you so I can educate you.
Right.
See, this is
right.
I'm going to give y'all some game right quick. The best way to get people caught up in your understanding is to offend them without offending them. And I'm not ever trying to talk down on nobody, but what I will do is use my education, and what I will do is use my knowledge of individuals, and I will thrash you with all of righteousness.
Mhm,
I will
mhm.
call you every name that you thought was a cuss word that really ain't. I will describe
Have
you.
you feeling some
I
type
will
of way?
describe you in ways that will cause you to measure yourself and your soul.
Hmm.
And then I will smile and walk away.
Yeah. That'll do it though.
And it's the only way I know.
That'll do it.
Because being a black man, being aggressive don't always pay off. They will call the police quick.
Fighting fast.
They's always, how long? You so emotional.
Don't even clench your fist because it's it's
don't
over
even
there.
step toward nobody, nothing like that. So, being able to give it to you. What's that song by the rap? I'm gonna give it to you. That's how I feel. That's why it's always premeditated, because I know I have to measure correctly. Because if I just lose it emotionally, it might not turn out good.
I see that, and then with communication, like not being able to be in control of your emotions affects a lot.
Yes, it
Like,
does.
if you can't understand, you got to understand why you're feeling,
I bet y'all didn't know that, if you look a certain way, that getting cussed out actually feel different. Like literally, if somebody is dressed in a business suit and they cussing you out, it's more acceptable than somebody that look bummy. Perception tells.
I don't give a damn about a suit.
Look, I'm just saying, there's people that I've been cussed out by in these public forums, these managers come into your workspace or things of that nature, and they will come and cuss you out, and you will be happy to be cussed out because of their title or their presentation or how they look. But let somebody that you don't respect come and cuss you out. It could be dead right, and you can't accept it. So what I learned was, okay, if they can't accept me this way, let me make sure I present it this way. Let me make sure I present myself this way. So at least, even if they can't accept it, they don't have to respect it.
I just end conversations, to be honest.
See, that ain't purposeful to me.
I'm not going.
I need to get my damn point across.
See, and this is my thing. Not everybody's worth that though. Like it's not everybody. I'm just gonna walk away from you because you're really not worth these words or my energy.
Yeah.
You think just what you want to think, damn it, and I'm gonna go over here. And my business. Now you gonna look like an idiot over because sometimes people just want to argue. Like
if I walk away from an argument, it's only to go and prepare my ammunition.
I'm about to get my bullet points together. I'll be back.
I will walk away from a fight the same reason, because in the end, you want to do it this way. I don't want to do it this way. I want to guarantee myself a win. So I'm gonna make you look great in this moment to make sure you know, and you ain't gotta know if I'm coming back.
But sometimes not even acknowledging it is winning.
No, you have to acknowledge it. Sometimes you have to acknowledge it and make it seem like you lost so that they can let their guard down. Because once again, you could be in a situation where the person know they did wrong and they thinking you accepting it because of who they is, and all you doing is just getting your receipts together.
No, see, look, hold on, wait a minute. I said I walk away. Don't talk to me. Now you gotta think about, don't just stop talking to me. Can you just stop talking?
They thought they won though.
No, they didn't. Well, okay, Faye, we're talking about me. Now I don't know if this relates to everybody. We're talking about me. If I tell you stop talking to me and I walk away, that look on my, do you think that you really won? Did you win?
You might be convincible though. You know what I'm saying?
They might think that they won. So when they take that L, it's gonna hurt a little bit more. Like, oh damn, I didn't even see that coming because you thought you won. You thought it was over. It's not over. I said stop talking to me. Like you said, you're going to get your bullet points. I just call it plotting. Now I'm plotting on you. Now I'm trying to figure out.
Lord have mercy.
Now I'm watching. You shouldn't have did that. I said stop talking to me so I can look at you without all the extra noise in the background distracting me and try to figure out how I'm jiggling the neck.
You better find a healthy way to communicate.
It is healthy for me because I'm not going to sit there and continue talking and obviously I don't have my emotions together. So I give me a second. Like I said, plotting it depending on this.
Before what? Before you do what?
Before I lay this plot out for you. That's it. Or I figure out if it's even really worth it. If you're even worth me, if not, like I don't. Because what point it doesn't matter if you get your point across because it still might not mean shit to me. So you can get your point across, but what you said might not mean anything. It doesn't hold weight. So you said what you said. Do you feel better? Didn't work. Sorry about that.
See, yeah, we'll be fighting. I'm like, no, you heard what I said. No,
I heard what you said.
This, tell me I wasn't right.
I heard what you said, but you didn't hear what I said because I said stop talking to me. And in my head, I continued the argument in my head, and that's the scary part. Like for me, like I sit there and I'm like, okay, let me walk away. Then I think about something. And I come back. You know what? As a matter of fact, when you said that, because that's just my angle. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, well, now everybody knows. That's just my angle. I just give me a minute because I'm emotional. So when I'm like in communication when I'm hurt or upset about something. It's just anger.
Well,
It comes out angry. Like, so if you're not taking heed to that, if you care about me and we're communicating, like, give me a minute, because whatever we're talking about, it's not going to get anything solved. Because now I'm defending myself at this point.
hey, at least you know.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not hearing you. Like, I want to be able to hear you. I do want to be able to hear people, but I know that I can stand in the way of that too. And I could just make things worse. I could blow the whole situation left.
See, acknowledging is the first part of recovery. Acknowledgement. And that's the key.
Why when you say recovery, I'm not recovering from anything. This is who I am, and you guys have to accept me for who I am.
No, listen, no, we do not. No, we do not.
No, I'm working on it though. I am working on it. Like I want to be able to communicate, but I don't want to be an angry communicator, and I don't want to shut people out.
I just don't want it to be one-sided, because that's what it ends up feeling like from either side. When you don't have an opportunity to resolve an issue, it still has to be resolved eventually. And
eventually.
if it lingers, it can linger. Like, oh Lord, it can linger. I've seen it linger. And you know that phrase, I don't like it here.
Yeah. I will go home. I'm here.
That is what we all want. You know, we want peace. We want to be able to think the best. I might as well be paranoid schizophrenic, because I be thinking about all the things.
But see, you want peace, so you are in control of that, and that's my thing. And that's my thing. That's why when I get into situations like that, it may be me. Sometimes it is me, and I realize that.
Yes.
But sometimes when I've controlled myself and my emotions, and why was I going to say opposing party? Like the other person has yet to come to that realization of themselves. Like what I'm doing, obviously, and working with her, I can see that I'm not getting my point across, and take a step back. It's like, then what do I do? Now I'm just worried about me. Now I'm not worried about having this conversation with you anymore, because it's obvious at this point in time, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
It's understanding, but like even in those times, you can't communicate that. Like I said, stop talking to me. That's my way of communicating. I'm trying to analyze this. You're pissing me off while I'm trying to think.
Lord have mercy.
And so you want your peace. You deserve it. So hold tight to it.
Know yourself, folks. Know that your communication matters. Verbal, nonverbal,
all of that.
Aggressive, passive aggressive, sensitive. No matter what it is, and be aware of the nuances that you have and that others have.
Yeah, know your triggers too, so you can understand. Like
that awareness will help grow your love and grow your understanding. And love is about grace. Love is about forgiveness. And everything is not going to be forgiven, but some things need to be.
Okay. What do you say? Because that is accurate. Don't be petty like Rocky.
Don't be petty.
You got to relate to Duty right now. Because Rocky over here.
Petty don't take you nowhere.
It doesn't take you anywhere. It actually holds you up a lot of life.
Yes.
I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't always get your point across.
See, I don't know if it's fun.
It's
amusing.
From my past experiences, I've enjoyed it a lot. It was very entertaining.
Rocky related to the pettiness. Lord have mercy.
It was very entertaining. But it's been a smooth morning.
No, it has, and I'm trying to make sure that I remember this. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So Rocky Relates will not be on, because I'm not gonna make Rocky come and do her show on Thursday, on Thanksgiving, and on the baby's birthday. So not that I can make her do nothing, y'all. Don't get it twisted. But I'm thankful to have this opportunity here at 22.3 Table Vegas Radio. I'm thankful to have my good friend with me. And I'm thankful for all of you guys out there that's plugged in with us every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here at the station that has more fun. Rocky, tell the people what you want them to know.
I'm thankful for this whole opportunity. Since I won't be here on Thursday, I'm thankful for this platform. I'm thankful for DJ Bad Girl 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio for the opportunity to be a part of something amazing.
Yes.
I'm thankful for the support that I've received from people that, like I said, don't know me, but they know me. They're here with me. They understand. They're relating. I'm thankful for this learning experience, growing and having good friends in my corner to push me. And, what did you tell me back in the day? Seize your authority.
Yes.
Got me over here seizing opportunities and pushing me towards what they know I'm capable of. So reminding me of those things, because you definitely have to be reminded sometimes.
And we all do.
Yeah, you don't necessarily sit. You have your days when you're down and somebody needs to just whisper in your ear, like, get up.
Yeah.
You've been through worse, and that's what we're here for. We're here for just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Just plugging in.
Staying connected.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I can't believe Thanksgiving's right here.
Ooh, this year, it's been the longest, shortest year of
Ever.
my life. It's been a great year. I will tell you guys I've accomplished so much. I'm thankful for that. But more than anything, like I said, I'm thankful for all of you guys. Catch us tomorrow. It'll finally be Friday, and we will be on the move and in the groove here bright and early, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time at the station that has more fun. Shout out to all of our sponsors, 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. Shout out to PowerX. Shout out to True Entertainment Incorporated, Copa State Designs, Crystal Club Marketing, and Gravity Click. We appreciate all of you guys. Rocky, I will see you hopefully next week. And if I don't, you already know I love you. And I will,
Love you too.
you know what I'm saying? You already know what we do. What do you say? There was one more thing I wanted to say. It was something I cannot forget. No, that's what I wanted to say. So the station has a new show coming up this Sunday. I think it's called The Black Box.
Yes, it is called The Black Box.
And I was going to wait till tomorrow to talk about it, but I'll talk about it today because Rocky's going to be there. She's a part of that show. It's
I am.
Rocky, it's DJ Bad Girl, it's who else?
Just Bad,
Craig, Rico, and their first guest is going to be none other than Dooley Elmo.
Hey.
I don't know what to expect as of yet, but I'm going to be prepared for action. You know what I'm saying? Like Action
Doing
Jackson.
our business.
Yeah, so pay attention. Keep an eye out on all of our social medias, man, for the update on that. I have more information for you guys tomorrow. We'll get some flyers up and everything, but definitely looking forward, man, to being the first guest on this premiere show here at the station. We're always growing. We're always doing new things, man. Make sure you guys are paying attention, all right? We will catch y'all. Mañana, Rocky, you got the last word.
Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you're here bright and early tomorrow. Finally, Friday. Plug in with Dooley.
Oh, shit.
They say never say never, but girl, it's forever. Get you, I'm never gonna let you go. That's always we stay together, baby. I'm
found out when they said got that word.
let me know. Don't you know it ain't a secret that I've been watching people the way you
She ain't slick.
I don't know how
The man think you taking.
I still can't figure out how he was He looks like he's about
You know, Will be embarrassed, but he's not gonna tell you, like, they're doing
bring that body over here. Let me show you what you missing. Cover you a kiss. Turn you to my kisses and try to reposition it. Don't get no better. Be okay. I love it. It feels like this forever. Oh, you thinking, oh, you thinking, oh, yeah. We don't feel the same shit as yesterday. Or even after tomorrow. It feels like this forever. I know I'm taking it one day at a time, but I gotta let you know you stay on my mind. I had a feeling you already know.
I just got up and walked away from it, and you really didn't see it.
slow your game down.
Talking about the staying idle, like I just
Yeah, you out here like that, huh? How long you got to be out on tape?
It's usually 5 minutes. I'm out here,
Love you guys. Catch y'all tomorrow.
Hey,